What's up, She's Not Selling Sisters? Today, we are talking all things partner objections, and not just what you think a partner objection means, like the deep down what it really means when you get one and when you give one. So let's get into it.
Welcome back. We still have Miss Jericho in the chair.
I never left.
Look at our get up today. It's just so cool.
It's
We've got
almost
our...
as though it was like the most iconic event of 2025 or something.
yeah, I've heard that.
Rumors.
Yeah, rumor has it.
Yeah.
And look at these. One of the members made these gorgeous, I don't know if you can see that, but they're like, she sells slippers for us to wear at the gala when our feet were hurting. It was...
Godsend.
Oh my God, I've never received a better gift in my life. And now they just live permanently on my feet.
I have been wearing them every single day. Like literally every single day since the gala.
They are
taken them off.
Perfection. We love them. What a thoughtful gift.
I think we should add them to the merch line.
Oh yeah. For the next, I actually wanted to have a pair at next year's gala. So incentive to get yourself a ticket. Mm-hmm. I want to have the slippers at every table. Like I want to have a pair for everybody.
Oh my God.
I want the she sells to light up.
Oh my God, that'd be so cute.
Stella's going to be like, oh my God.
Suppliers.
So I want to talk about something today. I want to talk about and isolate the partner objection. Not just when your partner says no, but I also want to talk about what it actually takes when your partner says yes and is extremely supportive. It's something that no one talks about, the mental load that women have when they do have a supportive partner and wearing the burden of having to back yourself. I really want to talk about that with you.
Yeah.
And the reason I want to talk about it is because guess who is in the studio right now watching this podcast?
Yeah. Hi, honey.
Jerica's husband, Wilson.
Yeah.
I've only just been able to start taking his name seriously because my son calls. My son calls his private parts Wilson, and it's just hilarious. When you first told me his name was Wilson, I was like, Wilson? Wilson? I've never met a Wilson except my son's.
And you know what's so funny? As for a while, when I would like message you about Wilson, I would call him Will because of that.
Really?
I would say Will. If you go back in our messages, you'll see that. It was Will. So that way.
Why did you know that he called it Wilson?
Yeah, because you told me. The minute I said, yeah, his name's Wilson, you said, no fucking way.
Now I love it. Now he's Wilson.
Now he's Wilson.
So I guess let's start with the story. Mm-hmm. Because I know Wilson to be extremely supportive.
We love us.
How many times have you needed to never ask for permission, but sort of just let him know that you were doing something? Like, walk us through how he supported you through that.
Every time. There's not a single thing I think I've done with my career in the last, we're going on almost 11 years. And in the last almost 11 years, I don't think there's ever been a conversation where I've gone to Wilson and been like, hey, honey, can I? Mm-mm. It's always been, hey, honey, this is what's going on. And he's always been like, yep, sounds good.
And so, I mean, not everyone is lucky enough, and I am going to say lucky enough to have a partner who supports them in every decision that they make. What is that like for you in terms of mental load?
Blessing and a curse all at the same time. I am so grateful because I do feel lucky. I am so lucky to have a partner like Wilson who truly supports me. And I don't mean support in a light sense. He is quite literally, he's sitting right here.
Literally, yes. Yeah, he's filming you. He's he's really showing you the support.
Number one cheerleader. Yeah, full throttle. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, because of that, what happens is he goes, yeah, honey, of course. And then I'm like, oh shit, now what?
Now I have to do it.
Now I have to do it.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes your comfort zone and your nervous system wants someone to say no.
Right.
Because then you kind of have to fight for it.
I know.
And then when someone says yes, and now you don't have to fight for it anymore, you're like, oh shit, so I'm doing this then.
Right.
Now I have to actually back myself, show up, put in the work because there's no barrier to stop me here.
Yeah, wait, you said yes? That means I have to actually part with $10,000 or I have to quit my job or I have to make the move. Mm-hmm. It is the next step that no one actually talks about. It's one thing to have the supportive partner, but as soon as he's like, yeah, go for it, then the whole responsibility lies with you.
Yeah.
And that's something that women typically find challenging to do because we love to abdicate responsibility. That's just something that we do. I remember when I've never been an investor in any kind of self-development stuff. Like I've just never done it. And when I realized that I needed to evolve as an individual, someone who was the leader of a sales empire, for instance, I knew I couldn't keep thinking and acting and behaving the same way. And so I invested in a mentor, and she told me on the phone, yep, okay, so it's $10,000. How do you want to do it? And I was like, oh gosh, like I 1000% can't do this. I need to talk to Scott. You know, he's going to probably say no to spending 10,000. I knew when I was saying this that I was bullshitting through my teeth. I was literally bullshitting. I was like, Scott has already told me prior to this call that I need to do this.
Yeah.
But I used him in that moment because I was like, there's no way that I'm spending $10,000 right this second. I'm so fucking scared. Scarcity. Like that means once the money's gone that I actually have to show up and do the work and, you know, evolve.
Oh,
like
no thanks, bye.
Yeah, no thanks. Like it's Scott's fault, bye-bye. And I was never planning on messaging her again.
Yeah.
But then I actually went over to Scott and I was like, oh my God, she was going to try to charge me $10,000. He was like, that's cheap. Why didn't you do it? And I was like, well, can we spend $10,000? Like, are we okay?
Oh my
gosh. He's like,
gosh.
Brooke, yes. And I told you to do it prior to the call. Ring her back and do it.
Oh.
And I remember literally shaking as I was like entering my card details to spend the $10,000. So you're so right. Talking about what happens once your partner says yes is another whole monster that you have to learn to conquer.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And you know, it's like we will use them as a scapegoat so often.
So
Guilty,
often.
have definitely done it, absolutely. I remember a call I had like 2 months ago where a girl did and I called her out on it. It was so funny. She was a very strong woman, and I could tell. Very strong, very certain of herself. And at the end, she's like, yeah, I have to ask my husband. And I was like, yeah? And she's like, yeah, you know, he might say yes, might say no. And I was like, okay, let's be real here.
Let's be so for real.
Yeah. And I was like, do you actually like genuinely need to have that conversation with him? Like truly, right? And I'll teach you the same word track that I genuinely use on calls.
Everyone listen the fuck up. We're about to be dropped some absolute fire.
Because I feel like this works every time because it's true. That's why it works, because it's true. But I asked her, I said, well, look, I have a conversation with my husband every single time I make a purchase because I genuinely do. But there's 2 conversations I'm having. I'm either having one conversation where I go to him and say, hey, honey, this is what's going on. This is how much it is. This is what's happening, etc. This is what's laid out. What do I do? Or I'm going to him and saying, hey, honey, this is what I'm doing. It's an investment, so I want to make sure you're on the same page. Are we all good for this? What conversation do you think you're having? Right? Because if you're having conversation number 1, chances are you don't have the certainty for yourself. And so you're going to them hoping that they're going to give you certainty that
they're not going to have.
They're not doing it.
It's not their vision.
They don't know what you're doing. Of course they're not going to have certainty and go, well, honey, this is exactly what I think you should do. List it out.
Go and spend $10,000 from our savings. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen unless you have the certainty in what you're actually doing.
Well, I mean, if Scott ever came to you and was like completely uncertain and not like scared, but more like, I don't know if this would work. Do you think that you would ever back him on that if you didn't actually see and he wasn't certain about it working?
Well, that ties into like masculinity and kind of what I see and want in a man. Like I wouldn't respect him if he had come to me with uncertain sort of asking for my advice. That's pushing me into my masculine and assuming the role of the provider. And I don't want that. I want to be the damsel in distress. Like, help me make this decision. That's just my opinion on that topic. But no, if he came to me without giving me any kind of faith or certainty that he was going to invest this money and it was going to grow our wealth or whatever he wanted to do, then I would absolutely have no certainty in saying yes and backing that decision.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if you went to Scott and you were like, hey, honey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I don't know if it's going to work and I have all these questions and I'm not sure. What do you think? He's going to be like, yeah, no, don't do that because you don't have certainty for yourself. But if you're going and saying, yes, I see this working for me. This is what I want to do. I feel 100% certain. Would your partner ever tell you no?
I mean, if he would, I would be seriously reconsidering who I chose to marry. Really,
100%.
truly. I get that there is, money is the center of gravity. You can't magically make $10,000 appear. So again, if your husband or your partner is like, honey, I am so sorry, but right now we actually cannot make this work. You cannot make this work.
That's different.
That doesn't mean he's being unsupportive. That actually means he's like being like, look, this isn't a no, it's just a no for right now.
Yes. That's called a logistical objection. And
Is it?
Yeah. I know, right? But the thing is like logistical objections are actually more few and far between than I think people realize.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 90% fear.
Oh my gosh. People will hear, I need to talk to my partner, like as a casual, like, oh, I'll get back to you in 2 weeks. He's on a business trip for the next 2 weeks and I won't speak to him at all for that time period.
Yeah.
That's not a logistical objection.
No, that's an abdication of responsibility. Come on. Be better.
Tell the truth. You're like, yes, you were feeling all the fear. You're right on the edge of doing it. Of course. It's like jumping into water, right?
Yes. You either just take the jump, even though it's freezing cold, or you do what I do, which is get in so slowly you make it 10 times worse for yourself.
Well, I mean, even jumping into water, like cliff edge, boat edge, whatever it is, like you feel the fear. You can come back 2 weeks when your husband gets home from his non-existent vacation, or 2 months or 2 years. Doesn't matter. Every time you get to the edge, the fear is going to be the same. And when does the fear go away?
When you take the fucking jump.
Every time.
Yeah.
And you don't actually need to ask your partner if you needed to jump. Well, if you had the certainty about it,
Right.
then
Yeah.
you would be able to do it.
It's very, like, I just want to clear something up. We're not telling you that you, like, fuck your husband.
No.
Like, this is not that at all. It's like having the certainty, which you're going to need if you're thinking of doing sales, by the way.
Yeah.
Having the certainty to back what you want in this world and just understanding and recognizing that he doesn't need to see the vision, but you need to give him certainty that you can see the vision.
Yeah.
That's it. He can borrow that certainty for now until he actually can see the vision. But right in that moment of you being like, hey, like, this is something that I'm going to do, it's all about how your tone is, like, when he listens to that, how it makes him feel. If you were going, so, you know how I took that call today and, well, I was telling you, it's about sales. Well, it sounds like so good. And, like, they walked me through everything and I really, really, really want to do it. I just, I don't know. Like, he's going to go, how much is it?
Yep.
Why did he do that? Because none of the words that I just said had any correlation to the price, but it's my tone. It's my tone at which I said it. I'm being very over almost apologetic, nicey, like, oh my God, I want to do it so bad. I'm like building it to the point where he's going to go, just tell me the price. And then you're going to drop 10K. What do you think he's going to do? 10 what?
Jaw drop. Done.
Totally.
Panic. No. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the way to do it. Instead, let's demonstrate how you should talk to your partner.
Okay. Here.
Okay. Yeah.
I will be the partner I have to go talk to my husband that's on a 2-week vacation.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So we're not doing the objection, right? We're just doing how we should talk to the partner.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, right.
So we'll come back to the objection, but so we just demonstrated how not to talk to your partner when you want his support in backing the decision that you're going to make. This is how you should come to your partner with the decision.
Okay. Do you want to be husband or should I be husband?
I'll be husband because I was just the other one before. So
Okay,
I'll be the husband.
Perfect. Hey, honey. Okay, so I was looking at this program today, and I'm super excited about it. I really think it's going to be my next chapter and really what I want to dive into. I can see it excelling my career, and I think it's the next move for me. It is an investment, so I wanted to bring you across to make sure that we're on the same page. It's $10,000. Is that something that we can actually allot for right now?
Well, I mean, do you really believe in this?
Oh, 100%. It is definitely the next chapter for me. I see it being the thing that is actually going to bring me joy.
Go for it.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting me and believing in me.
Perfect. That's it. It's just the certainty. It's like, this is what I'm going to do, but it's still bringing him in with the collaboration. Like, is this something that we can account for? Right? It's bringing him in, but you've already made up your mind. It's not a discussion you're having together about your life. It's just whether you both can make this financial commitment work.
Together.
Right.
Well, that's the difference between asking and gaining permission. I think a lot of people don't know what the difference of asking and gaining is.
Yeah.
Asking is, please, 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 would it be okay? Is it all right?
Like, are you sure? Are you sure we can actually do this? 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, like I know things have been a bit tight. It's almost like hoping that they say no.
Well, in some cases, sometimes they are because we'd be more comfortable.
Right. It means then,
Scapegoat.
oh, thank God I'm out of this and it's not my fault. My husband said no.
Him.
It's the abdication of responsibility. And then when they say no, it's something that you then get to blame instead of being like, you didn't fight for that decision. Therefore, any future goals, dreams that you have, you've basically just ripped up into tiny pieces and chucked them in the bin.
Yeah, and when you see somebody else succeed with the dream that you thought you wanted, you can be like, oh, well, it's his fault that I didn't actually get that success.
Right.
Not mine.
Okay, so let's go deep then into the actual psychology behind a partner objection. I mean, we've kind of touched on it, but where do you think it comes from? I mean, we know the stats, 90% of all potential clients, everything they say comes from a place of fear. They're fearful of failing, fearful of being seen, fearful of, you know, cutting the rope to stability and to things they've always known, fearful for doing things differently, fearful for investing in themselves. I mean, there's so many things that can create that fear. So we then give a socially acceptable response, which is like, well, you know, it's $10,000 is a lot of money. I'm going to have to go speak to my partner. How often would you say you hear that objection?
Well, to be fair, I pre-handle that objection. So I actually don't hear that objection at the end anymore.
So what do you do? Walk us through it.
But I used to hear that objection a lot. I handle it in the front, right? Like in an actual sales call, you want to understand what their support system looks like. What is your actual support system? People that love you most, do they know that you're looking into this right now? Right? You have that conversation. And so if they do, if they tell me that they have a partner, a wife, a husband, anything in between, I ask them, are they excited for you? Do they know that you're pursuing? And you use excitement too. That's important. And you ask, do they know that you're looking into this? How do they feel about this for you? Giving them the chance to quote their partner so I can actually see what's going on there. Because it's either going to be where they let me know, yes, their partner is supportive, like, oh my gosh, yes, they know and they think this is going to be good for me. Or yeah, they have their questions. They're just as skeptical. They want to know that's going to work, you know. Let's have that conversation now. Well, what do you think their main question would be?
Yeah. How can you give him certainty or her certainty in you doing this? Like, what do you feel like you need?
Yeah.
I love that as well. I actually like to do it in problem in when you're talking about, you know, what they might say, you know, this is having a real impact on my relationship, or like I feel like I don't have any energy when I come home from work. I'm literally a shell of myself. And I like to say, like, how does your partner or family like feel about this? Like, do they see this happening to you?
Yeah.
And it just opens up the gate in a really organic way that's like, oh yeah, like he's been telling me to change jobs for the last, 5 years. And then I'm like, why haven't you? And the why haven't you then opens up the discussion around the abdication of responsibility, what we were talking about before, the burden, the weight of actually backing yourself and doing the thing.
Once you have the yes.
Exactly. So I love to pre-handle all of that, even the identity stuff upstream. And therefore, come the end, when they do try and give you a partner objection, you absolutely know that it is fear.
Every time.
Every time. Especially if you get the whole, oh yeah, he's actually the one that encouraged me to book the call.
Yes.
Which you do get sometimes. You do get that. He's the one that actually
100%.
encouraged me to take this further, to look into it more. So if you're getting that and then at the end it's like, well, I do need to run this by him. It's like, whoa. And I will never say, oh, but you said that.
Before.
That's fighting the story.
Well, the thing is if you actually get them to quote and talk and like they are telling their story themselves, humans want to stay congruent psychologically.
Right.
So whatever they say, they don't want to go back on it.
Exactly.
I don't want to
They
say,
will not turn their back.
Yeah. I don't want to say something and do otherwise. That would go against. So if I can say, yes, my partner is supportive, and it's just me who needs to know that I want to do this. At the end, the chances of me giving you a partner objection would be pretty slow. It's going to be hard because it's going to go
Well, it's going to be
me.
hard to stick because you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to be like, okay, yeah, of course. What do you think he's going to say? What do you think he's going to say? And then, of course, congruency kicks in and she's like, oh, shit, he's going to say you can do it. And then I'll be like, okay, so if he's going to say you can do it, what is really going on here? Come on,
Yeah.
be real with me.
Exactly.
And as soon as you do that, the walls come down. They're like, I'm really fucking shit scared.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's have that conversation. Are you open to having that conversation with me?
Yeah.
Let's walk through that together. Because if I was sat there trying to argue the partner objection with her, it's going to go nowhere. It's going to go nowhere because that's not the real objection.
You know what's even funny about that is if you did sit there and do the partner objection with her, it eventually would become the objection, and she'd eventually leave that call going, Brooke made me feel so uncomfortable. She pushed me and she challenged my husband and everything else. And then it actually ends up being the objection, even though it wasn't.
Exactly right. And that's why people go so wrong. They take objections personally, like rejections, right? It's an objection. That means they're interested. That means they're ready to buy. But as soon as we hear objection, we make it mean something about us. Oh, fuck, here we go. I don't want to buy. So we get triggered and we start fighting the story. The story is the surface level.
Yeah.
The story is the surface level. It's the first rung on your ladder. You must go down into the patterns, then into the identity. That's what you want to fight. That's what you want to hold up the mirror for. You want to take a stand for your potential client, and they can't necessarily see the patterns. The stories feel real. They're loud. They feel factual. But you got to get down to the root, the pattern and the identity of the person who is believing that story.
I think we should rebrand objections and handling objections. So instead of calling it handling objections, because that's what you hear all the time, handling and understanding them. Because that's all it is just understanding why you're getting it in the first place.
Yeah, I actually don't even like the word objections, because if you isolate the word again, you think about, all right, when I say the word objections, what comes to mind?
It's immediately a negative connotation.
Right. Objection. Yeah. I'm objecting to something. I think about a wedding when someone goes, does anyone want to object? Yes, me. It's like, it's negative. Negative. That's because, everyone has different perceptions of the world, but you can say using the word objection is most likely going to bring about negative connotations, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I like concern because when you are handling a concern or you are understanding a concern, you are literally guiding.
True.
I love concern because a concern doesn't mean like I have a concern with what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight. Am I still going to eat dinner? Yes.
Yes. Imagine if you were objecting dinner.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that for some reason that clicked for me.
Yeah.
Imagine if I was objecting. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
my
I'm not
gosh.
going to object dinner.
So then I'm not having dinner.
Exactly. Exactly. I really like understanding concerns because then it seems you're more of a guide. And it's more like, let's uncover what's really going on here rather than fighting. Objection also makes me think of fighting.
Yeah.
Right? Boxing each other. It's like jab, jab, jab.
Over, yeah.
And then by the end, you're exhausted because you've just gone round for round.
Yep.
And it's not guiding, it's not uncovering, it's not collaboration.
Yeah.
Exactly right. You're not sitting on the same side of the table. In fact, you're sitting on opposite sides and you're
versus
throwing
you.
food at each other.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay, new rebrand. It's understanding concerns.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are
Understanding
not
concerns.
handling an objection. You are understanding a concern.
An objection is also just a redirection as well. Like I know people say rejection is redirection, but I don't see an objection necessarily as rejection, but I do still see it as a redirection because as soon as they give you a concern, as soon as they say it, oh, that's a lot of money, I need to talk to my partner, you actually do want to redirect that. Where are they focusing their attention? Because are they focusing on the things that they can't do, or are they focusing the things that they can do?
Yes.
Right? So it's still a redirection.
Well, it's a reframe. That's exactly it. So yeah, ladies, if you are looking at your reframes, that's exactly what they are at the end of the day, right? Reframing that perception of what they have currently.
Getting them to look through a different lens. I love this so much because I often hear women in she cells that are like, I don't like pushing the partner objection. I don't like pushing the partner objection. I feel like I'm being rude. I feel like I'm pressuring them. And it always comes back to them. I'm like, would you make a decision without running past your partner? No, I like, we're a unit. We make decisions together. Right. The objection you give is the objection you get. So if you wouldn't do it, how can you hold your potential client to that same standard?
Okay, wait, I want to take a quick pause. Objection you give is the objection you get. Does everybody know that? Like, do you know that, like, the objection that you give is the objection, like, that you're going to get and the one that you feel tough to handle? And that's the thing. Like, all the girls that I ever hear that have the trouble with the partner one is exactly that. It's because they don't they aren't able to go to their partner and have that same open conversation.
Yeah.
That's what
they
it
would
is.
also need to go away and talk to their partner. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of work that you need to do. What are you making that mean? Why do you feel like you need to do that? Do you actually back yourself? Do you have that congruence and that belief that you can do this? And I would say if you got really real with yourself, the answer is no. It's that abdication of responsibility feels safe, right?
Every time.
There's a lot there. But I always ask, like when someone comes to me and they say, Brooke, the partner objection, I keep getting it and I don't like it. I always ask them why.
Yeah. What do
Why
they say?
don't you like it? They say, because I feel like I'm pressuring them and I get what they're saying. And I'm like, so you're buying into the narrative. You're buying into the story. You're not looking for the patterns.
Not challenging them.
Right. You're not looking for the patterns. You're not holding up a mirror to the identity. You're actually keeping someone stuck. You are feeding indecision. I can't stand for that. As a change facilitator, as someone who literally vows, I like to think of my role as a change facilitator, like pledging, basically. Pledging to do everything within my power to facilitate a change if it's in the best interest of my potential client.
Yep.
So what that means is I'm not giving up at the very first sign of fear. I'm not backing down. I'm not closing the door on where they want to go. I'm holding it open.
For
I am
them.
screaming for them. I'm fighting for them because I can recognize a pattern that they can't. And that is my pledge. I will always hold up the mirror. I will always reveal patterns to you so that I can help you move. I'm not feeding your indecision.
I love that. I love that so much. A pledge. I feel like we should make all like new closers. Pledge. Oh my God, then we're really a cult.
We're a sorority.
We're a sorority. Okay, wait, but I actually like that idea of like understanding what their real role is as a change facilitator. And like, look, if you actually see, if someone's telling you, yes, Brooke, this is the answer for me. This is what's going to change my life. This is what's going to get me out of poverty. This is what's going to get me out of my tough situations. This is what's going to make me happy. And you get to the end, you go, cool, here's the price. Let's get you started. And they go, I need to talk to my partner. I need to think about it. That pledge, that's important.
It's just a little slip up.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a little bump in the road they weren't expecting. And sometimes they trip over it. And that's your role. That's your expertise as a change facilitator. You have to be, you have to know that's coming. And if you know it's coming, then there's no surprises. It doesn't trigger your nervous system. It doesn't make you anxious or frustrated because you're like, I can hold this space. I can hold this door open. I've been practicing. I know this trip up was coming and I got you.
I've put in the reps.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's all this. It is all this.
Every time.
We can sit here and give you word tracks, like literally verbatim. We're like, here, say this, then say that, say this, then say that, say this, then say that. But at the end of the day, if you still need to go away and ask your partner for permission to do something, it doesn't matter how many word tracks we give you, you will continue to run into a partner objection and you will not be able to overcome it.
Yeah. It's if you know what? I actually have broken it down to 3 questions. Okay. Well, there's 3 things that a partner wants to know. They want to know, 1, is it going to ROI? And yes, okay, is it going to ROI on money? Sure. But I mean like time and energy. They want to know that what's being put in is going to get back.
Yep.
Cool. They want to know, are you actually going to commit? Are you actually going to do this? Like,
Right.
Is this not just going to be wasted time, energy, money?
Yep. And that's what we spoke about, certainty. Like you have to back yourself. You have to have that certainty when you go to your partner and say, this is something that I'm going to do.
Yep. And any good partner, the only other thing that they want to know, and aside to those 2, is, are you going to enjoy it? Are you actually going to be happy doing this?
Yep. And the shitty partners will want to know price. I'm just going to say it.
That's it.
If your partner straight up says, what's the price? And it's like, they don't give a fuck about the other 3.
It's true.
Sorry, but it's true.
It's very true.
Because if they're putting your happiness on a price tag, what is your happiness and your joy and your vision not worth $10,000?
Well, I mean, like, even then, you're in one of the industries that's like, you're going to make that back. Like, it's not even that. It's $10,000 now, but it's a genuine investment. It's not just a spend. And like, there's other things that people will spend $10,000 on that bring them happiness, sure. But this is like a genuine investment. So even when they fight that and they try to use that, like, oh, we're wasting or we're just spending. No, you're not. It's not. Are you willing to invest $10K in your partner and bet on your partner that they are going to be able to change their life, yours, your family's, everything else? Like, That's really what it is.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. You know, things that you should be actually investing in at the moment is skills.
Yeah.
I literally shared a story just yesterday on Ryan Serhant. He was saying he had sold a $218 million home. $218 million home. And the guy that actually bought the home was one of the grandfathers of AI.
Wow.
And he couldn't say who it was, obviously, but he did say this guy looked him in the eye, dead on in the eye, and was like, you know, the one skill that AI will never be able to replace is sales.
Of course.
Tell that to your partner.
You know what's so funny? I actually had a guy, I was in New Orleans, and I was at a casino, and we're just hanging out with my family, getting dealt cards, and the dealer asks me, he's like, what do you do for work? I say sales, right? And he's like, oh, deals me another hand. He's like, honey, you should really get another job. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, sales is a dying industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Set to be $1 trillion industry. But yep. Okay.
like,
dying for sure.
Yeah. I was like, no, it's not. And I explained kindly. And he's like, no, it's going to be replaced by AI. And I was like, no, it's not. And I explained, and I had gone through it with him. And by the end, he semi saw the vision. Now, preface, he was a really old guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
can I say why, like, he wouldn't have seen it fully?
Yeah. I want to hear it. Yeah.
Because you were fighting the story.
Oh, fuck.
You were literally fighting the story, and you were like trying to convince him of the reasons that that's not true, instead of being like, what makes you think that? What have you seen in AI that's made you think it's going to replace sales? I'm curious. And he would have started to dig his own hole and been like, oh, yeah, you're right. But no one in their right mind. I learned this lesson actually not that long ago. It was maybe a year ago. I had a guy from my school comment on one of my posts. Oh, this like actually irks me still. But I had written, it was a post to business owners about bad scripts. And I've seen some lines in scripts, and I hate how business owners are so rigid and like follow this script to a T. And I was like, I've seen some bad scripts in my days, and I listed some of the lines. Anyway, this guy, not even in my year at school, but in my school, like I knew him, he comments being like, love this post, Brooke. Do you want to know the worst script that I've ever seen? And I was like thinking, oh, cool, he's engaging. I was like, yeah, sure, tell me. He copies and pastes my post and puts that in the comment. So what did I do? I fought the fucking story. I was blue in my face. And the lesson that I took away from that is it is not worth it. There was no way that publicly he was going to ever back down and be like, you know what, you're right, Brooke.
No.
He's never going to do that. The only thing I could have done to put me in a position of authority and status and power is to seek to understand.
Turn it. Absolutely.
What made you do that? I'm curious, what part of my post triggered that response in you?
Oh my, imagine. Okay, that's it. I got to go back to New Orleans. That's it.
Find the guy.
If anybody sees Buddy the dealer in New Orleans, just let him know I have a conversation to have.
Oh my God, you gotta expose the pattern.
I do.
His scarcity.
Hold the mirror.
Yeah. He will then realize that actually, in fact, his job is more at risk.
Well, like that was the part that was getting me. I was like trying so hard in my head. I'm like, I can't say that to him, but at the same time, like, dude, you're dealing me cards in a casino right now. And you're telling me, I'm like, if anything's to be replaced by AI, I feel like I could develop something by tomorrow that could replace your job.
Oh my God, that's absolutely iconic.
Yeah.
So funny. Well, there you have it, guys. That is all things partner objection. I think the real thing that I want you to recognize is the next layer of the game that you need to sort of understand once you do have a supportive partner who's watching you in a podcast studio. Once you have that, it's like you have to conquer the next beast, which is taking action and doing the thing. And that's hard. So just let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. Tell us in the comments, have you ever experienced that? Have you found it difficult? What helped you just do the thing? What's helped you get through, or how have you approached your partner or husband when you've wanted to do something? Let us know. I hope you've enjoyed the app.
I love it. Bye.
Bye.